So it never fails. You promised you'd make an appetizer for a party, but the clock is ticking and you're just running out of time. Well, not to worry. We've got you covered with a recipe you could make in a pinch. I'm back here in the kitchen with Culinary Arts Teacher Joanna Siciliano and her son James. I can't tell you how many times that happens to me. I'm like, oh my God, I was supposed to bring something.
Yeah, definitely. And this is something that you can quickly whip up within minutes.
And I feel like everyone likes guacamole and salsa.
Yeah, it's a really
salsa in your case.
Yes, salsa maybe. To love the avocado, which is so healthy for you.
Right.
But yes, this is many times when we go to barbecues, this is what I bring.
Yeah.
And it's great. So we have the homemade guacamole with lots of fresh ingredients. You have the avocados, the red pepper, the tomatoes, the jalapeno, and the fresh lime.
So does yours have a little kick in it? With the
It does have a little bit of a kick, and the fresh lime adds a little bit of zing.
Oh, it might be the secret ingredient that people don't realize.
Yes, and what's nice, it's the citrus, so it keeps it from turning brown, which happens with avocados.
Ah, now, does the avocado have a season, or is it good year-round, or?
You know, more in the summer. You can get it year-round. When you buy the avocado, you want to make sure it's soft, especially if you're going to use it right away.
Okay.
If you're going to use it right away, make sure that it's not hard as a rock. If you buy it and you need it in a pinch, a good way to ripen it is you put them in a brown bag, roll it up, and put it in the sun, and that'll actually ripen within a few hours.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
And do you store them in the fridge on the counter?
You know what? It depends. If I want them to ripen, I'll store them on the counter.
Okay.
If they're already ripe, like if you feel that one, it's kind of
that's ready
to go, but I'm not ready to use it right away, I'll put it in the fridge, and that'll keep it a little bit longer.
Very good. All right, well, how do we get started?
Okay, so I'm going to have you take this. I just use your handy dandy potato masher.
Okay.
And you want to start mashing that up, and you want to mash it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Get
James,
it.
do you help your mom in the kitchen a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot, but but I do help sometimes.
But she's a pretty good cook, isn't she, though?
Yes, she is.
Well, thank you. So you want to mash that up, and then you want to dice about 1/4 of a red onion, and you're going to pour that in, and you keep mashing it. And you can have it really smooth. You can have it chunky. It's all to your preference.
Sometimes you put this in a food processor, right?
Yeah, you could do it in a food processor too, and that would be really fast. So then you're going to put the jalapeno in. Now, if you want to keep it a little bit spicier, you can throw some of the jalapeno seeds in.
Oh, okay.
And that'll keep it a little bit spicier, or you can clean them all out.
Got it.
And then what I like to do is put some fresh tomato, and then you mix that all up.
Oh, this smells great already.
Oh, it's so yummy. So you want to mix that, and then you're going to add a little bit of salt.
Okay.
To your preference.
Got it.
And you mix that up, and then the real key ingredient is the fresh lime. And you don't want to use lime out of a bottle. You really want to
squeeze it, okay.
Yeah, you really want to use the fresh lime because that adds such great flavor.
And that wasn't too much.
No. The most time-consuming part is just doing the chopping. And you can use a food processor, and that cuts it in half.
All right, sounds good.
And then what else is cool, a great way to present, because you always eat with your eyes first, right? So another way that you can do, like we did over here, is
These are fun little bite-sized ones.
Yes. You take a pastry bag if you want to do that.
And nobody's double dipping, right?
Nobody's double dipping.
Oh,
that's
I've
okay.
made a mess. Sorry.
That's all right.
Put that back in there.
Then you just squirt
I'm gonna try another.
Yeah, squirt them right in. You want to hold squirt it right in, and then you're going to take a little bit of cilantro.
Oh, see, now I got the hang of it.
Yeah,
It took me a couple.
And you put the leaf right on. Now, the one thing, if you do this presentation, is you want to do it as soon, as close to serving as possible, because you don't want the chip to get soggy.
Ah.
But it is perfect. You don't have to worry about double dipping, especially if there's kids. Not that they would double dip, but
just in case.
Just in case.
This
and
is
then
beautiful. I
it's
love that.
individual bite size. So
Great.
it's a great fresh appetizer. And then we're going to have James is going to show us how to make the homemade salsa.
All right, James. Where do we start?
First, for the homemade salsa, you would put in some peeled tomatoes.
Okay, right in the food processor?
Yep, right in there. Then you would put in some red onion.
Okay.
Yellow onion. And this doesn't really have to go in a certain order since they're all going into...
We're all mixing it together, right? It's going to taste the same?
Yep. And then the cilantro. Oh, still more.
Likes to stick.
There you go.
Some jalapenos. Garlic.
Okay. And you don't have to chop this too well because it's all going to get cut up anyway, right?
Right.
Some apple cider vinegar.
This is a real quick way to make salsa.
And then lastly, the cumin and the salt.
Okay.
And then you're going to put the lid on. And you're gonna blend it for about 30 seconds, just to your preference. Make sure all the big chunks are cut up.
Okay.
Boom, your salsa's done.
That's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. And you know what? This is really tasty. Lots of times when you do make a fresh salsa, you use, fresh tomatoes. This recipe calls for the canned peeled tomatoes, which is a little different, but it makes it so easy.
Very nice. Well, we're going to dig into this at the end of the show. James, thanks for coming back on Connecticut Style.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's always fun to have you here. Well, the recipe on WTNH.com. Click Style, and we're going to have a little party at the end of the show.
Excellent. Thanks for having us.